Hello, everybody. Some of you guys may not know me, and then my subscribers, they know me. But I want to talk to you guys about Death Stranding, okay? It's right now, it's very controversial. There's been a lot of people talking about it, but I'm going to actually put some emphasis on it, okay? Some more emphasis, more of an intake from people to understand what's going on. All right? Some people are going to be like, how do you know? You never played the game. Well, I played the game. I played it. So I'm gonna explain to you what's going on. All right. The problem is hold on, and forgive me for the PlayStation, the fan that's kind of loud. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up on that one. So, but the problem is this. There's a big controversy with reviewers giving the game good positive reviews, and there's really, to be honest, from what it looks like, it's a small group of people, saying giving it bad reviews, and there's like people that never played the games for themselves that's saying the same crap that these reviewers are saying. So what I'm going to say is this, all right? Your opinion is your opinion, okay? That's good. This video is not to convince anybody that they should go play and buy the game or whatever, or to not like it. What I'm going to give you is an emphasis on what the heck is going on. Kojima made a game, and he even quoted and said that this game was not going to be for anybody. For everybody, I mean. It's going to be for a particular type of gamer. No one knows what that type of gamer is, but I know what it is. Just by me looking at what's going on with Death Stranding and based on playing it, that particular type of gamer is a real true gamer. Okay? Right now, there's a split between real true gamers and just people that's about hardcore gaming and live services. Okay? There's a big difference. Real true gamers, hardcore gameplay players, and live services. You would think, it's hardcore. We're real true gamers. Nah. Like, real true gamers is people that will play pretty much about any games to see exactly for what it is. What I mean by that is, let me explain. What I mean by that is, you have people that will play every single game. They know the difference between a crappy game and also an actual good game. Death Stranding is a new type of genre of a game, which is extremely hard to even come up with a new genre. So technically, that's the main reason why they keep saying that the game is revolutionary, because it's a new type of genre, in which it is. I'm sorry to say it, for those that are down-bassing and hating on the game, it is technically a revolutionary game. It's new. Something new. And that's the thing about it, that everybody needs to keep a factor in. When something new hits around, there's going to be a lot of people, or some people, that's not going to like it. I'm sorry to say it. It's the point blank truth. It's like, for example, when cell phones first came around, there were people that did not like it. When the new touchscreen phone came around, there was people that did not like it. When PlayStation 3 first came out, there was people that did not like it. I'm sorry. There's going to be some hate somewhere. You got people that have actual good reasons of why they don't like something, and you got people that just don't like it just for the hell of it. I know someone that does not like Death Stranding and the Metal Gear Solid games, and all the whole franchise, to be honest, simply because he does not like the personality of Kojima. He does not like him. He does not like his personality. He doesn't like what Kojima stands for. He doesn't like Kojima at all. I'm sorry. It's plain and simple, plain as day. Am I a Kojima fan? No, I'm not a Kojima fan. I do like his work, though. It's kind of funny, because when I play these games, I can also see my personality in there. So I honestly, if you want to be technical, Kojima, I kind of have the same I have Kojima's personality a little bit. I can actually see where he's drawing the ideas from. Alright? So, when I'm looking at Death Stranding, there's people saying it's a walking simulator. The people are saying that they're all about hardcore gameplay, basically. I sat down, I took a minute to look through all the freaking videos about the controversial reviews and all that stuff. I even went to see people's gameplays, non-spoiler gameplays. You don't spoil anything. And it'd be like someone that's like in a cutscene or whatever, or not even a cutscene, they're just going around exploring the immersive game mechanics in the game. And you got people in the comment section saying, boring. Oh, where's the gameplay at? And then they show us the gameplay, it's boring. He just had a fight with somebody. Or this person is trying to avoid the BTs, it's boring. Okay, that's your opinion. The thing is, there's a big difference. You have people that's expecting a hardcore gameplay mechanic versus something that's just simple. Combat, stealth. I heard someone say this is 2019, this is not 2005 or something like that. Why the hell is there no combat or something like that? I was like, there's combat in the game. I don't see it. And when he did see it, oh, that's awesome. Where's more of it? I'm sorry. Combat is going to get more frequent in Death Stranding. Okay, guys? It is. It's going to become more frequent. But in the first 3 chapters, I'm sorry to tell you, you're just going to have to get used to it. Alright? I'm sorry. Like I said, this is not to defend the game. This is just to give you an emphasis on it. Death Stranding is not about hardcore gameplay. And that's the problem with some people that are used to hardcore gameplay and live services. Those type of people are not true gamers. It's not the first time. I talked to a bunch of people that had a free copy. Except for one person, he had to play from his friends. He had to borrow it from his friend. He liked the game. Okay, there's only one person that I'm friends with that played the game and didn't like it. There's another friend that did not like any of the games in general. He played the game and didn't like it. And then when we saw the library of games he likes to play, they're all about hardcore gameplay. Fortnite, PUBG, freaking, what's Apex? He even plays freaking Rainbow Six Siege. It's all about gameplay, hardcore gameplay mechanics. So I was like, it makes sense. It makes sense. We all came to the conclusion that it's the people that don't like the game, they're all about hardcore gameplay. Alright? That's what it's about. That's all they care about, that's all they look at. The thing is about Death Stranding is about you connecting with the character. Kojima made a game where you have more mechanic of realism. You walk around the whole freaking place, you fight people. There's a mechanic in the game where your feet has blisters and crap on it. You take your shoes off, your shoes worn out. You switch your shoes. You take time to calm the baby down. All this stuff, and you just sit there and you think to yourself like, okay, I see what he's doing. Oh, some people say this. Oh, Kojima is wasting people's time, wasting his players' time. The only people that's saying that is just die-hard, all about hardcore gameplay people. Don't get me wrong, the game does amp up with combat. It does. You know what I'm saying? And combat happens frequently, more often later on in the game. I'm not trying to spoil everything. I'm not trying to spoil. I'm just giving you the heads up. This game is not for everybody. It's not. Some people is going to like it. I mean, not like the game, and most people are going to like it. There's more reviews giving it positive. Well, the game is boring. Okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's fine. You do not have to play it. You do not have to buy it. Okay? But don't sit there and say that he was lying to everybody. He wasn't. He told you way beforehand. This game was not meant for everybody. To tell you the truth, I really think Kojima took a blow. He struck a blow to the gaming community with something new that was going to expose and divide, not divide gamers, but divide the two types of gamers. You're going to start to see there's a big difference. You have people that's all about hardcore gameplay and don't give two craps about the character and all that other stuff. Because I mean, like, hey, God of War was a good game, alright? It has hardcore gameplay and the story. The only reason why people gave a crap about Kratos and his son, it was because of the story, alright? The story. And a little bit of the combat, alright? Now, Death Stranding did more than just that. It gives you a pretty damn good story. I'm not telling you what's going on. You'll figure it out when the game comes out. It's a pretty damn good game as far as the story, and it's a masterpiece to what other people are saying. It's a masterpiece when it comes to the scenario. It's a new genre of a game. It's revolutionary. Yes, it's a masterpiece when it comes to that scenario. Okay? Me personally, I'm not done with the game. I'm not. Getting there, but I'm not. But the game itself, if I want to rate it, I would probably give it more like, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, simply because that it does take a minute to really get good. Alright? It does take a minute. What game does? Every game does that nowadays. Alright? It starts off slow. Not too slow, but it starts off slow. That's one factor. Two, I'm giving it this freaking rating. I give it like an 8.4 out of 10. 8.4 as of right now. Until I see the end. And if I make it all the way to the end on time, you know what I'm saying? It's probably I might change my rating of what it is. I'm not a freaking video game critic. I'm just giving you my input of what it is. Okay? So far. Bosses makes the game very, very interesting. And honestly, some bosses are a pain in the ass. I don't like to cuss on my channel, but they're a pain in the butt. And the main thing that I've noticed that there's people saying there's no weapons in the game. There's no vehicles in the game. Especially one reviewer made an online article saying the game is only 6 hours long. There's no weapons, no guns. It's like, what? You never even played the game. It's obvious. Many people took his word for it and then start saying it. That's funny. It's real funny. But if you feel like that you might not like the game, you do not have to pick it up. Okay? You do not have to. What I recommend is that you just sit back, watch other people play it, and let the rest of the whole world figure out if it's good or not. That's all I have to say. Alright? Kojima did everything right as far as business practices go. And he didn't deceive nobody. He gave everybody the heads up a long time ago. He showed the gameplay a long time ago. It's just that what made the game so different from all the other games was the story and the world. The freaking world of Death Stranding is truly amazing. And the lore behind the world is amazing. So, do I think the game is boring? Me personally, I don't think so. To hardcore gameplay live services people, yeah, it's kind of boring to them. Because that's what they're all about. Hardcore gameplay.
Look at this dude.
Now, since we got that part out the way, I'm going to talk to you all about another part. There has been rumors going around saying that Konami hired some reviewers to give the game a bad review to start drama. And the reason why they said this, because what Konami did to Kojima, right? Kojima gave his opinion about Metal Gear Survive, or Survival, whatever the heck the game is. The game was garbage. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. It just wasn't the game that Kojima would make, all right? The reason why they got rid of Kojima was because it was costing too much money. And here's the thing. It was another game that was going around that was making a lot of money in Japan and elsewhere. It was some type of card game, and they made the game using cheap materials of the system or whatever, and it racked in a lot of money. And Konami thought, okay, since we're doing this, we might as well just get rid of him so we can rack up more money and use less funds to make a game and try to see if we can rack up money. So technically, Konami was becoming corrupt, just like Bethesda, just like Blizzard. Well, Blizzard is starting to become corrupt a little bit. I'm sorry, a little bit. And EA, they're starting the same trend. All right, that's what's technically what's going on. So when Kojima gave his input about Metal Gear Survive or Survival, Konami punished him by having other companies not hire him, and the people that was working under Kojima, they had them not being able to be having a job. Basically, they ended up not having a job nowhere at all. Just simply by picking up the phone, calling, don't hire him, don't ever do it, don't do this, don't hire that person, here's a list of people not to hire. And once they found out that he got his own studio, he got this and that, they got pissed off. Which technically they did get pissed off, because they were expecting him to not ever make any video games. They were expecting him to be out on the streets or something like that. Him and his whole team. This man hired his whole team. The team that helped him work with every single Metal Gear Solid game. Now, Metal Gear Solid 5 would have been finished if Konami has not done what they've done. We would have had a fine product. And I'm going to be honest with you. Kojima would make a game based on hardcore gameplay. And sure enough, Metal Gear Solid 5 had hardcore gameplay. It did. But it still had Kojima's emphasis on it. Now, that's the reason why it's rumored that Konami is hiring people that's giving reviews, negative reviews, to Death Stranding. That's another factor. Now, we don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true, but it's a possibility I'm keeping in consideration, because Konami was trying to destroy this man. All right? That's another factor you guys have to understand. Now, what everybody needs to be aware of is that gaming companies do not give a crap about you. They care about the money. You still have CD Projekt Red, Hideo Kojima, a whole bunch of other companies that give a crap about their players and not about the money. All right? And slowly, you have some of these companies, as far as Activision, EA, Bethesda, now Konami. Ain't that about something? Konami. That's money chasing. And they're willing to do anything to get it. So, what I think people need to be aware of, pre-ordering games is dangerous. That's one. If it's not CD Projekt Red, Kojima, a few others, I wouldn't do it. Alright? Because, like I said earlier in the video, Kojima simply told everybody this game was not going to be for everyone. It's going to be for a specific player. He gave everybody a heads up. He told everybody. He told the truth. He didn't lie. He didn't do these these bad business practices like most of these other companies were doing. No. Did you hear anybody say anything about loot boxes? No. Did you hear anybody say anything about trying to get you to buy boosters. No. None of that. He made a game, put his heart and soul into it, but people don't see that. Hardcore gameplay people does not see that, because that's what they're about. They're just not looking at anything else. All right, so people need to be more careful. Right now, there is an investigation going on to see if it is true that maybe Konami and some other people saying Bethesda is joining in on it because it's a potential threat. It is, and technically, Death Stranding is a potential threat. It was one of the games that was mostly talked about. All right. The thing is, no AAA business company is not going to let a small company rise to the top like that so easily, and it makes sense. But we don't know. We're going to see. Hopefully, they'll come up with a conclusion if it is true or not. Hopefully. All right.